Hello, trading is closed on the 19th of January 2022. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, Thursday the 23rd. Please remember I can be completely wrong and any trade one takes should be at his own risk. Start by going over our calls. Look for the pattern with the early high. It tends to be a negative day with a low in the final hour. So we got that. We said that if we didn't take out yesterday's low early, we should see higher prices even if we close lower, and we got that too. I always feel good when I get to cross an old target off the list, so we'll cross off 45, 39, 79. Ultimately, these numbers print. We're just under it now, and there's support under the target. Now, support doesn't have to hold, but we have a straight line drop into a support level. Here's the pattern. MEJT said this drop is a false move and gives us optional targets. Optional target 45, 95, 38. 95% chance it prints tomorrow. If it doesn't, we forget it. But the required target slightly higher, 45, 96, 09. If we don't gap down smartly, that should print, and that's my call. It's a lot higher than we are now. Like what, 60 some points? But if we don't gap down with what the system said, the target can always fail, but I'm not going to second guess the system. Well, here's where we are in the scheme of things. I think we've topped out, have a lot lower to go. We have a major league trend line here. You connect this low and this low, you get this low right on the dot. You really want to undercut 44.95.12 to confirm that we've topped out. We haven't done that yet. We did trade under this low, but we closed over it, so it's really teasing us. We still haven't closed under a meaningful low. This drop is a Fibonacci target of the prior consolidation. There's a wall into the close, which is often met by gapping up. And we have support from this MEJT target. Now this was the count I was using, the original count. We have wave 1, wave 2. There's no way I can count this as wave 3 being complete. So if that's the correct count, we're going to have more downside, but I had a target of just under 45.22. It's not that far away from today's low, like 8 points. But I just can't count this as being complete. The catch is that's not the only way to. It's not the only way to count this. Can't count this drop as a 5-wave drop, but it's easy to count it as a completed 3-wave drop. If that's A and that's B, C is equal to A right at the low. This A and this B gives us a C equal to A right at the low. And if you measure the height of wave black C and compare it to the height of wave black A, it's not perfect, but it's awfully close. So we have a lot of Fibonacci support at today's low too. None of this means it has to hold. But when you drop right to but not through support, when you drop right to but not through a trend line, in general you have to gap under it, gap under this low, or else the lines win. So if we're going to continue dropping, and no matter what happens tomorrow, I don't think the decline from the high is over. If we're going to continue dropping, we should gap down, probably gap down smartly tomorrow. But if that doesn't happen, and I'm not saying it is going to happen, if that doesn't happen, we have much higher targets, and I will look for them to print. So if we don't gap down smartly, we look for a pretty good move up. Doesn't even mean we have to. That doesn't mean we have to close up. But there are much higher targets if we don't drop right from the open tomorrow. So tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We could still gap down. There's an optional target at a higher price, 95% chance it prints tomorrow. It's a standard target just over that. If we don't gap down smartly, that should print. There's a wall into the close. Often that's met by gapping up. The low of day is a Fibonacci target of the prior consolidation, and there's a wave count justifying a rally from this low. If the declines to continue unabated, it would be ideal if we gapped under today's low. Failing that, I'd expect the MEJT target to print even if we traded lower after that. It's pretty rare to drop in a straight line. This is a candidate for the end of a move down with a significantly higher target. But even if it prints, I don't think the decline's over. So that's today's call.